All right. I don't know if I can start it off with a good morning, good morning, good morning. Little late start.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I have to tiptoe out of my bedroom past the baby's crib to make it to the conference room in our building.
Yeah.
And I'm going. I just see him silently standing up in the crib looking at me. I'm like, buddy, go back to bed. And he yes or no, he just shakes his head. So
Yeah.
anything like, hey, you want the biggest present in the world? Let's go like this. No. So
And
I was like,
once he's up, he's up.
yeah, and I can't like come up and talk to you and leave an awake baby for Monica downstairs sleeping.
Yeah.
So a little delayed on this, but usually works out. He's just been in a weird sleep cycle right now, but thank you
I'm
for
telling you,
rescheduling.
it's still from. I think it's still from the clocks
You're so anti-clock.
for many reasons, but this is just another one of them.
Yeah, I think you've convinced me. Speaking of convinced, no book this week. We got a little game.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving game. Kind of made it up. I was bored at work yesterday.
You said it's a little like pardon the interruption esque,
Yeah.
right? A little,
Yeah.
Okay.
Pass it or played it.
Okay.
You want to take this stance, or do you want to pass it on to the next person? So it's
Okay.
going on your plate, and I will take the opposite side, no matter what you say.
Fine. Okay.
After each topic, we'll go over if I agree with you or not. But for sake of the audience and sake of the game, I'll take the opposite side. You want to roll into it, or you want to, and then we'll do a little.
No, it's
Okay.
clear enough, and it'll be even clearer once we get the first one done.
Okay. This is encompassing all aspects of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Number one, will you pass or plate? Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the best night of the fall.
Hard pass.
Expand upon that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of how to and why. Hard pass. So it used to be a somewhat fun day because I used to leave the office at like 2, go right to the bar, and then be home. I never did the night out before Thanksgiving for a couple of reasons. One of which, though, is that I like to drink first thing in the morning on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And
I
so
was trying to look at it like, go ahead.
if I'm even partially hungover for that, then I'm just not doing the full Thanksgiving day justice.
Okay, so I'll plate it.
Yikes.
I'm always, if you take advantage of the first night, like the Friday night going into the weekend, the first
Yeah.
night of the trip is always a fun night of the trip. The
Fine.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving, you get the, meeting of the hometown buddies. You get the whole Thanksgiving to look forward to, and you get the long weekend. And the other night it's competing with in the fall is Halloween, which is, take it or leave it.
I was just trying to think about that. There's got to be other nights in the fall that we're missing, and it's just not coming to the top of my head right now.
Thank you.
There's got to be other ones in fall. If we're talking about September, October, November being fall, there's got to be other ones that I'm missing.
The argument I would have is, if you just have a big someone's birthday. We had a gathering that we did in
Not even
friend's
that.
hometown.
You know what it
in
is too, and I've always been. I hate crowds too. Like crowds at a bar is my nightmare. That's why I would like to go to a bar at like 2:30 in the afternoon and then leave before everyone else gets there.
Okay. Now, is that us in our 30s talking?
No,
if you're in your
always,
20s,
always.
yeah, that's true.
I would go when I was in Manhattan. I would go to Rolf's on like 18th or 9th. It's like the place that shits Christmas from the ceilings.
Oh yeah,
I'd go there from
you go there on
2 o'clock.
Christmas Eve.
It would be filled, but it wouldn't be crowded yet. We'd get
Yeah.
a spot and we would stay there. And then by the time I turned around, it was just jammed and there was
Mayhem.
a line outside.
I'm with you, especially as I get older. The not crowded kind of.
That was
We can
always
talk to your
I will
buddies.
give it to you though. The randomness of meeting like everybody you haven't seen like since high school and stuff like that. That is kind of a fun, unique aspect to the night before Thanksgiving.
See, I think it works on a couple levels because it's fun when you're rowdy and you're in college and you're meeting up with your high school buddies who go to different schools. And then it's kind of fun later because you just have a long half week for no reason.
Yeah, I guess it extends the full vacation. Now, because I was big on like being tip-top shape for Thanksgiving itself, because that's a full day of drinking and eating. And then, yeah, I used to, if I was commuting, I would go into the city on the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday shop, do a half day of work, and then get home again.
Okay. So you got one. You're passing that. I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Second one. The Cowboys and Lions should not be the designated Thanksgiving Day teams. It should rotate. It should not be just.
Not. I will plate that because I think the Lions definitely should. I'm indifferent about the Cowboys. I don't need the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, but the Lions I think definitely should.
So okay. Well, you got to pick it. You can't. It's a combo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm mulling it. So I will go if I have to do both of them just to make sure I keep the Lions. Then yeah, I'll keep the Cowboys too.
Okay, I will.
Big reason. I feel like the Lions playing on Thanksgiving is a big deal to Detroit. People in Detroit. They don't have much.
Fantastic argument.
They don't have much.
No.
Besides the past 2 or 3 years, they would go into Thanksgiving proudly and happily knowing that they're going to get pumped or that they've already lost 10 games on the season, so the game doesn't really matter.
So that's why I will pass it, because one of the games is automatically a terrible game. And it's arguably the biggest football watching game of the season. You get one.
The Lions game was a terrible game?
One of them could be if either the Lions or the.
Oh, Cowboys. You mean okay? So you're choosing. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're picking like good teams. Okay, yeah.
Like if you pick the schedule before the season starts, you put the top 6 of 8 teams in that game.
Yeah, but are you really locked in on Thanksgiving enough that you want to see like the best football game of the season?
I think it's nice to have.
I'm rarely that, like, even for fantasy purposes, I'm rarely that locked in. I like to see the Detroit Blue on Thanksgiving for sure. But the Cowboys, I'll take it for this purpose, but I don't need to see the Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
I do also associate the Lions more with Thanksgiving than I do the Cowboys, which is interesting because they're both like
100%. I think it's always been the Lions. I don't think it's always been the Cowboys. And then the Cowboys like looped in.
And is it always the Lions first and then the Cowboys? Because I feel like that's the way it goes. But
I don't think that's the case either. No, I'm pretty sure Matthew Stafford had like a Sunday night game.
Yeah. All right. So I will pass that. My true answer is you got to play it because it's tradition. It's tradition that it's always the Cowboys and the Lions.
Yeah.
Like,
but I don't need the Cowboys.
All right. Number 3.
They played the Cowboys versus the Lions every year. That would be interesting, but they probably don't play.
I'll explain it up because you got to have one game. You got to have one game in Detroit.
Right.
Number 3. Thanksgiving appetizers are better than the Thanksgiving meal. Will you pass or plate that?
Pass that. Yeah, appetizers great, picking whatever, but I always purposely save a lot of room for the dinner portion. Dinner portion being turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the biggest portion of my meal.
I'm getting a little satisfaction that you did take time to consider it. So that means my questions have been good so far.
Very good. Very good. They're definitely not right off the bat. And I can definitely see both sides of the argument too.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I'm choosing first and not defending.
Yeah. Defending. I will plate it. I think Thanksgiving appetizers are better because there's just more to do. It's not the same old turkey, mashed potato stuffings. You get the cousin who makes the funky, we got one who makes a brisket bites. That's so good. You get these, like, you can kind of work it a little bit better than you can just play the hits with the stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey. And some of it's so good. Like you get some good, you get the pepperoni cheese, you get the nice.
Yeah. No, I go too overboard with that kind of stuff. I usually hit the sauce pretty hard during appetizer time. Have a couple cold appetizers like shrimp cocktail or something like that.
Yeah, shrimp cocktail. You get a little buffalo chicken dip.
And then make sure I'm very, very good. What time do you start appetizers? Are you early?
Yeah, like just before noon, maybe I would say right when the first game's kicking off. I think the first game kicks off at noon Eastern. I think it's even earlier. I don't know, like between 12 and 1, the first appetizer comes out, and then we sit down around like 3:34.
Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, no, give me the sit down on that.
All right. I'm going to say this. I think you took the right thing. I think you passed it because that's the right call. It's tradition. You got to do the traditional foods. The traditional foods are better.
Once a year.
Yeah, it's once a year.
Once a year you get that plate.
All right. That's following into my next question. Pass or plate?
Okay.
Stuffing is the number one Thanksgiving food.
Pass. I'm gonna
Okay.
pass it and
So
say
what's number one?
I'm gonna say turkey gravy. I'm trying to think of what I go back for seconds the most are, and it probably is stuffing or mashed potatoes, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go turkey gravy.
Have you had sausage stuffing? Oh my God, it's so good.
It is so good.
It's unbelievable. With that, with a little drizzle of gravy on top.
So that's what you're going back for the extra scoops for?
Yeah. Because you know why? It goes quick too. There's not
Yeah,
there's always not enough of it made. Because there's a lot of bird. There's a lot of bird there. Not always a lot of stuffing.
Yeah, that plate usually lasts pretty long, but stuffing on the other sides they go pretty quick.
Because it's a top pick and everyone's putting some on their plate.
Yeah, I don't hate where you're at with that. I'm comfortable with my decision there, but I can totally see your side of that being the top on the table. Yeah, especially if it's done right. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in demand. It's in demand. So you gotta get it while you can.
the band is there too, and yeah, people can screw up the bird. Yeah, I don't hate that. That was a tough one.
We are good friends because I was so close between stuffing and turkey being the number one. And you saw my side and I see your side.
Well, we were just saying too, you gotta like play the hits, stick with the classics, traditions. So yeah, you think about it.
I think like tradition, Thanksgiving is a big tradition holiday.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a set of next two are an overrated or underrated before we finish out the list.
Okay.
Number 5, Friendsgiving is overrated. Will you pass or plate that?
Plate that. Absolutely overrated.
I will pass it. I think it's absolutely underrated. You get your friends dressed up, you cook a nice meal, everyone has a couple too many cocktails.
It's everyone trying to do the same thing twice. Like you have Thanksgiving. If you want to see your friends that day, you see your friends that day. Nah.
So
I don't like the makeup, like let's make up an excuse because this is a holiday to hang out kind of thing. Not for me.
well, there's a huge backlash right now, like
Why?
on the interwebs to Friendsgiving, that Friendsgiving is not hot in the streets anymore.
Oh, because it's over? Oh, good. Why?
Yeah. I think
People
it's
are
just
grumpy?
kind of what you said. Like people are like, it's a big to do about just seeing your friends.
Yeah. And people tend to bring like Thanksgiving food to Friendsgiving. So you're just like lowering the quality significantly of everything that you're looking forward to on Thanksgiving.
The quality
That
is lower.
being
I'll do
said,
that.
we did host a Friendsgiving at my house, whatever, like a month ago or so. I did not attend.
You did. Who was there? You used Airbnb?
It was my wife and her friends. So I cooked something and I left. Actually, it was the day I was meeting up with you.
Oh, it's tremendous. Yeah. I think you said that. I just think it's a good capacity, like to like, because you don't do the formal like big group.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Dinner
Where you
parties.
make Thanksgiving like moving around, sitting around. Now
It's a fun friend dinner party when you're near, especially right out of college, living in the city. We used to do it at Rafters, and they would, because him and Big Mike lived in the same apartment building. They'd have 2 different kitchens going. They had one on like the 6th floor, one on the 3rd floor. You got the football going.
I guess if you've had a very good experience with it, that's a good time. But now I don't like holidays that are not holidays. Let's say that.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good take. I think I would lean to. I would also play that Friendsgiving is overrated.
Yeah.
I think it's a much. Just go.
I'm
see
glad to hear that it's getting around where it is. And that's,
I think
people are on it. Yeah.
Also, just do Friendsgiving like at the bar.
Do it anytime. Friendsgiving just be your friends going out, and you don't have to have turkey and stuffing and everyone leaving their plates over at your house and everything else like that.
I can only imagine the cleanup. Number 6, the Macy's Day Parade is underrated. Will you pass or plate that?
I am going to pass that. but it's tough because you say it's underrated,
Yes, the Macy's Day Parade is underrated.
but I don't rate it highly at all. So we're talking about really low then.
Okay, that's fair.
But I would prefer to watch just about anything else on TV. I think the music that they have on it is god awful. I don't care who it is. It could be the best singer in the world. They just don't sound good.
Well,
in the
also, I
middle
think
of the
it's all
bush.
lip synced. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't sound good at all. It's usually like looks miserable outside anyway. And then again, especially when I was in the city, so I would leave Manhattan on a Wednesday afternoon, walk right past that street, get back Friday morning, walk on that same street. It was a mess. It was like filthy and crap all over the place and no people. So no, don't need the Macy's Day Parade.
Too much hubbub.
Yeah.
Okay, I will plate that is underrated, and this is my truth. What have I been saying? It's tradition. You cook. It's a great background. Oh, they got Sierra on there. Oh,
So you watch it on,
too.
you just have and that's on pretty much all day too. So you have that
Al
going
Roker
on.
and
Do you have that here and then football here, or as soon as football comes on, switch?
I honestly think like don't they schedule it where it's like makes you
It ends
parade,
right.
Santa comes out. Now it's football time.
Yeah, that kind of sounds right because it's usually like the pre-games of football that I'm trying to watch,
and
those somebody else is watching the parade.
It's a great background. You know, maybe you pour your first drink. You got these people blathering on about some high school band from Indiana.
And that's another thing too, where I just feel bad.
It's tradition.
I get it's tradition, but it's also one of the things that I feel bad about because you get like a marching band from, I don't know, like West Virginia, and like, that's what they're doing on Thanksgiving. They're not home. They're not kicking their feet up. They're out in New York City. They've probably been on a bus for 6 hours and have to sleep in like a stinky hotel.
So my office is on between 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
And I think they make a week out of it because I saw people walking around with
it would kind of make sense, actually. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it. No.
Spirit Crew windbreakers.
I don't want to be there. I don't want to be watching it. None of it on Thanksgiving. It'll just bring me down. Brings the vibes down.
All right. So what do you got? What are you doing? There's no Thanksgiving carols. What do you got pregame on while cooking in the morning?
If there's something on TV, yeah, like a little Food Network, just to see what other people are cooking.
Not bad call.
Yeah. If there's anything or other than that, yeah, pregame football.
See, I think it's like, hey, this is a unique thing. Let's roll with it today.
Put it on. I mean, it's really the best thing to do would have like a movie that you watch over and over again on.
How is there not a Thanksgiving movie? That is like the biggest market consistency of all time.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is.
I actually have not seen that. I have to.
Watch it tonight. If Thanksgiving is tomorrow, watch it tonight.
John Candy and Steve Martin.
Correct.
I heard it's hilarious.
Incredible movie, and it's Thanksgiving. It's not Christmas. It's Thanksgiving. He's got to get home in time for turkey.
Fantastic. I gotta watch that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is you a little foreshadowing earlier. Number 7. Christmas season officially begins on Black Friday. Pass it or plate it.
Plate. I agree.
Let me hear why.
I have been, and this year is tough because this year Thanksgiving was late.
Yep.
We're well less than a month away from Christmas here. Yeah, I think you need to give each holiday their due time.
Mm-hmm.
And getting Christmas all together, watching Christmas movies, listening to Christmas music, it's not giving Thanksgiving its fair share. Now,
so, go ahead.
I did put up my Christmas lights, but I haven't turned them on.
Smart man. That's smart man. That's
a bunch of other people on the street got them up, put them on. I haven't turned them up yet.
That's seeing the hole, hitting the hole, and then taking the knee at the 2 just so you can conserve that clock.
That's understanding the game here.
That's understanding
the game. That's understanding the situation of the game, and that's understanding how to take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's gamesmanship.
Hey, this is the first year in the house too, so I'm really just like, yeah, I'm on my game with that. But yeah, I'm a big. Let's not start Christmas after Thanksgiving.
Okay, I am going to pass. So you played it. I'm going to pass. That Christmas season officially begins on Black Friday, but I'm not going to pass it for the reason you did. Just like, oh, you may not like mashed potatoes this way. I like them that way. I think it starts later.
I was just going to say that. Good for you if you were going to go there. Yeah.
It's the 25 days of Christmas. It starts December 1st.
Good for you.
You know, I think you can. Here's the thing, though. We're busy now with little ones and family and everything. You can put the lights up the
Yeah.
week before. I kind of like. I'm going to take this lights and
Again, this year's kind of throwing me off a little bit because this year it's so late.
it's like 5 days late, like week
But
late.
like, yeah, I'm getting pressured to get the tree on Black Friday, which sounds like a nightmare to me. But we might be doing it.
But I think you can't put any Christmas carols on
No.
until 12/1.
No radio station, no Christmas movies yet until 25 days of Christmas. I do like that very much.
Okay, cool. What do you think of my game?
Loved it. Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Back and forth, but I feel like we are on the same page with a lot of things.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad I was the one receiving and giving the first versus having to take the other argument.
I had
You
one.
could easily make them for all this, and I can see
Yeah.
both sides, but I'm very comfortable with the ones that I had.
Okay, we'll do a quick rundown. We'll just do your takes because you had the pick of everyone. Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the best night of fall. You said no, but you did not give a better alternative.
I know. I need more time.
Cowboys and Lions should not be the designated Thanksgiving teams. You said no because you could toss the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm with there.
Thanksgiving appetizers are better than a Thanksgiving meal. You said no.
That'll get pushed back.
Stuffing is the number one Thanksgiving food. You said no.
That'll get pushed back.
Friendsgiving is overrated. You said yes. I don't know if you can be popular with our audience of half a person, maybe. Macy's Day Parade is underrated. You said no, it is overrated.
Overrated, and I don't rate it highly, so that's as low as it can go.
And then finally, Christmas season begins on Black Friday. You said yes because it doesn't start any earlier, and I said no, it starts way later.
Yeah, no, I liked your response there. That was pretty good. And normally, I probably would have been in tune for that, but this year's throwing me off with it being on the 28th instead of like the 24th or the 26th, like it usually is.
Yeah. Interesting game. Maybe we'll make it.
You just got me like running my head over now of trying to think of better days in the fall. It just seems like there's a lot of them that I'm just missing out on.
There's a fun horse day in New Jersey.
It's a fun horse day. That's not even a night, I guess, though. But that is one. Yeah,
there's some random like beautiful mid-October nights that are just.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me like a Thursday when it's still light out at 6:30 instead of being dark at 4:00. I'll take that over Thanksgiving Eve any day of the week.
I think you could. I think the answer there is like just the peak fall weekend night is the best night.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Band of Brothers next week. We got the Firm the week after.
Yep.
We revamped the list.
Band of Brothers, the Firm, and then we're going into
we have the Michael Jordan playing for keeps. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And then we have the newest Michael Lewis book, Going Infinite. So that's
it's a good list. Nick mixes it up a little bit, and I'm excited for him.
Awesome. I'll talk to you later, brother. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.